Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine and doing well. Myself Harshika Kane and I am your English teacher. Let us start our English class now. In today's English class, we are going to study the same chapter as we studied yesterday, that is chapter number 12 of your English Mulberry book. All of you take out page number 137. Today we are going to discuss the remaining exercises of this chapter. Discuss and solve the remaining exercises of this chapter. We will start with word wall exercise given on page number 137. So please take out page number 137 in your book, and whatever answers we will discuss and solve, you have to write those answers in the book, and after that you have to complete them in your copy. So let us start class now. Word wall, musician. Oh, the first question arises, who is a musician? A musician is a person who plays any kind of musical instrument. For example, piano. Piano is a musical instrument, and a person who plays a piano is known as pianist. P-I-A-N-I-S-T, pianist. So a pianist is a musician and piano is a musical instrument which he plays. So page 137, a person who plays a musical instrument is called a musician. The piano is a musical instrument. A person who plays the piano is a pianist. Now turn the page, come to exercise 1. Unscramble the letters, this exercise. Unscramble the letters to name other kinds of musicians. Now here we have pictures of some musical instrument. We all are aware of these pictures, what are these terms known as. And here is the name of the musician given who plays this musical instrument. First musical instrument picture is given, then the name of that musician is given who plays this instrument. But we have to unscramble these letters in order to get the correct name of the musician. So first one is given R-I-S-T-G-U-I-A-T. So first one will be, if we unscramble the letters, we are doing word wall exercise. Word wall exercise. First one, A part. So it is R-I-S-T-G-U-I-A-T. It is guitarist. G-U-I-T-A-R-I-S-T. Guitarist. A guitarist is a person who plays the guitar. Now second picture is a piano. Flute. Second picture is of flute. This is flute's picture. Now let us look at the letters. F-L-I-T-A-U-S-T. Now if we unscramble the letters, we will get the name of one musician who plays flute, and that is flautist. Second one. This was 1. This is 1, 2. F-L-A-U-T-I-S-T. Flautist. A flautist is a person who plays the flute. Now third one. This is the picture of drum. M-U-M-D-R-E-R. So a person who plays this musical instrument, that is known as drummer. D-R-U. Third one, D-R-U. Double M-E-R. Drummer. A drummer is a person who plays the drum. Now fourth one. This picture is of trumpet. This picture is a trumpet picture. Now the letters are T-R-E-T-E-R-U-M-P. A person who plays a trumpet is known as trumpeter. Fourth one, T-R-U-M-P-E-T-E-R. Trumpeter. Now fifth one is the picture of a violin. So a person who plays a violin is known as violinist. Spelling is V-I-O-L-I-O-N-I-S-T. V-I-O-L-I-N-I-S-T. V-I-O-L-I-N, violin, I-S-T. violinist. A violinist is a person who plays the violin. Now last one extra sentence is given. Let us look at the sentence. When many people play musical instruments together, we have an orchestra. So an orchestra is what? It is a group of many people who plays different musical instruments together. Someone is playing piano, one is playing harmonium, another one is playing the drum. The person who conducts an orchestra, a person who guides orchestra is known as the dash. Now some letters are missing in this word. It is conductor. C-O-N-D-U-C-T-O-R. Conductor. Here O is missing and then U is missing and then T and R. These are the missing letters of this word. C-O-N-D-U-C-T-O-R. Conductor is a person who conducts an orchestra. Students, one thing to be noticed is all these letters are given in capital letters. So you have to write the answer in capital letters only. Each and every letter will be a capital letter. Now next exercise is grammar time exercise. In grammar time exercise we will discuss about verbs and tenses. What we know about verbs? What are verbs? Verbs are action words. In short, we can say action words are known as verbs, and verbs have different tenses and tenses have different forms. And what is a tense? Tense tells us about the time of that action. Action is verb. If I say eating is an action. So eat is a verb, and the time which denotes when this action happened, that is known as tense. That we will study through some examples. Now first here it is given. Read these sentences. My sister laughs. Second one, she went into the kitchen. Now third one, my sister will not know. In the sentences given above, the action words show past tense, present tense and future tense. Now what is action word in first sentence? My sister laughs. In this, action word is laugh. Action being done here is laughing. Laugh is the action done here, and time is not written here that at what time, but what it indicates. This action indicates that this is something which you do daily. My sister laughs regularly, usually. So this is present tense. Actions which happens usually or daily, they are of present tense. Like the sun shines, I wake up early in the morning, or I brush my teeth, I go to school. These are some actions which we do regularly. So they are at present tense. Then second one, she went into the kitchen. Now here action done here is went, going, went. So went is the past form of go. Went into the kitchen. So second sentence is telling us which tense? Past tense. And third one, my sister will not know. This is something which will happen after some time. The action will take place in future. So this is future tense. Now come to the next page. The present tense tells us that something usually happens. For example, I eat apples means it is my habit that I eat apples. Second one, the past tense tells us that something has happened earlier. Past tense are the tense is a tense which tells us that an action has taken place some time ago. I ate an apple. And third one, the future tense tells us that something will happen later. Future tense tells us that action will take place after some time. After some time in future. So that is future tense. I will eat an apple. Now there are three exercises. First two exercises are related with helping verbs. They are is, am, are, was and were. So look at the first exercise given on page number. This exercise. First exercise given on page number 139. Fill in the blanks with am, is or are. Am, is or are, these are helping verbs of present tense. They are never used in a sentence where we talk in past tense, where the sentence is written in past tense. Helping verbs of present tense are am, is and are. And where is am used? Am is always used with pronoun I. I is always followed by a helping verb am. Then Is a helping verb which is always used with which subjects? Singular subjects. And are is a helping verb which is always used with the plural subjects. Now what are singular subjects and plural subjects? Like he, she, Monica, Ashok, Ram, Sham, all these are singular subjects. And plural subjects, we, they, Rohit and Reema, etc. All these are plural subjects. So first one, I dash brushing my sister's hair. We are doing grammar time exercise given on page number 139. Grammar time. Grammar time exercise. First one, A part. I dash brushing my sister's hair. Now which helping verb will come? Am, is or are? I is always followed by helping verb am. I am. B part. My sister dash wearing a pink shirt. My sister is singular subject, so what will come? Is. My sister is wearing a pink shirt. And third one, my sister and I dash wearing jeans. Now my sister and I are two subjects here, means plural subjects. So what will come? Are. My sister and I are wearing jeans. Now second one, fill in the blanks with was or were. Now similarly, was is also used with singular subjects and were is used with plural subject. Then why we are using them differently in different sentences in two other exercises? Because am, is, are, they are helping verb of present tense. Was and were are always used in past tense. They are helping verbs of past tense. So first one, my sister dash brushing my hair. Now my sister is what? This is singular subject. So what will come? Was. My sister was brushing my hair. B part. My sister and I dash talking. Now my sister and I, this is plural subject. So what will come? Are. Oh, sorry, were. My sister and I were talking. Are can also come if option is not given, that you have to use this and this only. Then third, we dash laughing. We is plural subject, so what will come? Were. We were laughing. Now coming to third exercise. Third exercise, use the verbs in the correct tense to describe the pictures. Now here pictures are given in every part. Every sentence is having 4 parts and the verb is given here outside the box. Every 4 sentence should have used this verb only, eat. Now eat is given here. This is the verb which should be used in correct tense. First one, the monkey dash bananas every day. Now here you have to follow subject agreement rule. What is subject agreement rule? If the subject is singular, verb should also be singular. If subject is plural, subject should also be verb should also be plural. And in order to make a plural verb, we remove s from the verb to make it plural. This I already told you many times while teaching in the class Mulberry or doing grammar exercises. I already taught you. So just remember subject verb agreement. And if the sentence is indicating or explaining something which happens daily or it is a regular action, it means it is a present tense. And if sentence is indicating about an action that has already over, it means it is a past tense. If sentence is indicating that some action will take place after some time, it is future tense. So first one, the monkey dash bananas every day. Now the verb is written here, eat. Now every day is something which happens regularly, but here instead of using, you can use eats. Eats is also correct, but we are going to use different tense in other 4 parts. The monkey dash bananas every day. So here I am writing ate. The monkey ate banana every day, means daily. We are talking about his action, what he did every day. He used to eat bananas. Ate. B. The monkey dash a banana now. At present time. Present time, what he is doing? If we talk about something which is going in continuation at present time, at the time of speaking. If the action is in continuation at the time of speaking, that is present continuous tense. So how we form present continuous tense? According to the subject, we use am, is or are. If the subject is singular, we use is. If the subject is plural, we use are. And if the subject is I, we use am. And with that, we use ing form, present participle of the verb. So the monkey dash a banana now. Now the monkey is singular subject, we will use is, and eat is the verb given here, and present participle of eat will be eating. The monkey is eating banana now. C part, the monkey dash lots of banana for breakfast. So this is something which he do or which is his habitual action. So here we will use the present tense. The monkey eats banana for lot of bananas for breakfast. And fourth part, the monkey dash more bananas tomorrow. Tomorrow means the coming day. The action will take after some time. So it is future tense. What we will write? Will eat. Turn the page. Next page. Coming to the next page. Page number 140. Now question number E, F, G and H. This will follow which word? Draw. These four sentences will follow the same verb. E, F, G and H. First, so E part. We dash pictures in class every day. So what will come? Every day means habitual action. So we can write draw. If subject is singular, verb will be singular. If subject is plural, verb will be plural. So subject is given we. So plural form of draw will be draw. We draw pictures in class every day. Then F part, we dash pictures now. Now means present time, at the time of speaking. That is present continuous tense. So we is singular, plural subject. So plural verb will come are. And participle, present participle of draw is drawing. We are drawing pictures now. G part, we dashed 2 pictures yesterday. Yesterday means the previous day, means past tense. So what will come? Drew. Past form of draw is drew. And then H, we dash pictures tomorrow. Tomorrow means the coming day. So it is future tense. And what we use for future? Will draw. Then next 4 sentences. J, K, I, J, K, L. This will follow which verb? Drink. I, J, K and L will follow the same verb. Drink. I dash a glass of milk every day. It is good for me. Every day means habitual action. So what will come? Drink. I is a pronoun. It is a special pronoun which always takes a plural verb after it. So I drink. J, I dash a glass of milk. It tastes good. I am drinking a glass of milk. Am drinking a glass of milk and it tastes good. K, I dash a glass of milk this morning. Did you? This morning means previous action, past tense. So what will come? I drank a glass of milk this morning. Did you? Past form of drink is drank. And last, I dash drink this glass of milk after I play. Now already drink is already given here. What you have to do? This sentence is indicating an action which will take in future time. So it is a future tense here. But drink, verb is already written drink. So you have to add only will here. Will. Only will come because drink is already written in the question. After that we have another exercise, subject and predicate. This we have already done in grammar book chapter 1, subject and predicate. We have already studied. Let us revise. Read the sentence given below. My sister is dancing. Now sentences have 2 parts, a subject and a predicate. We all know that every sentence is divided into two equal part. One is subject and another is predicate. Now what is subject and what is predicate? The subject of a sentence tells us who or what the sentence is about. Whom we are speaking about, or the naming part, that is known as subject. And what is said about the subject, what that subject is doing, or if the naming part is subject, then doing part will be the predicate. So the subject of a sentence tells us who or what the sentence is about, that is the naming part, and the predicate of a sentence tells us what the subject is doing, means the doing part, what is described about the subject, that is predicate. Now if we see the same example, my sister is dancing. Now my sister, this is the person who is doing, naming part, noun, my sister, this is the subject here, and what she is doing, that action is dancing, that is the predicate part, and predicate always starts with a verb. Now in the sentence you read, my sister is the subject of the sentence and is dancing is the predicate of the sentence. Now next exercise is matching exercise, that I am not going to do on the board. I am just explaining the answer to you. You have to match the answer in the book yourself. Look at the pictures and match the subjects to the predicate to make complete sentences. On one side we are having subject, who or what, and the other side we are having predicate, that is something about the subject. Now subject, the Bengal tiger, which will be the correct answer? The Bengal tiger. The fourth one is snoozing in the sanctuary. This is the correct answer, is snoozing in the sanctuary. Write down number 1 after this sentence. Second one, the butterfly. What is the butterfly doing? Is flitting from flower to flower. This one, last one, predicate column, last one, this is answer number 2. Then third one, Sindhu. Sindhu is what? Sindhu is playing badminton. First sentence, first phrase in subject predicate column, that is answer number 3. Helicopter, fourth one, the helicopter, what it is doing? The second one, just below that one, is hovering over the city. This is the correct answer for the helicopter. Correct predicate for this subject. And last one, the seed. The seed is sprouting. Is sprouting is the correct predicate for the subject, the seed. So I am reading all the 5 sentences together. The Bengal tiger is snoozing in the sanctuary. The butterfly is flitting from flower to flower. Sindhu is playing badminton. The helicopter is hovering over the city. The seed is sprouting. Now next exercise is punctuation exercise. Using correct punctuation mark. Just recall chapter number 19 of your grammar book. In that I told you about punctuation. We did so many exercises in which you have to punctuate the sentences. Means you have to make first letter capital, put commas at proper appropriate places. Then you have to put question mark if the sentence is a question. If the sentence is an assertive or imperative sentence, you put a full stop at the end. Now here 2 sentences are given. Rewrite this paragraph using correct punctuation. I will just read and tell you which letters are supposed to be made capital. So first one, A. I am Jane's sister. What are the things you like to do? Now where you have to put which punctuation mark? Just listen to me carefully and put that punctuation mark in your book. I, since it is the starting letter of the sentence, so I will be capital. Make I capital. I am Jane's. Now Jane is a proper noun and every proper noun starts with the capital letter J. Jane's. Jane's J will be capital, and C, Jane. How we are writing the word Jane? J capital E-A-N-N-E apostrophe S. Jane's. Write this word like this, Jane's. J capital E-A-N-N-E apostrophe S. Jane's. I am Jane's sister. Full stop. Full stop will come after sister, and then what? W will be capital. What are the things you like to do? W will be capital, and at the end we will have question mark. Let me write it on the board for you so that it will be clear. This is the last exercise we are discussing. Punctuation. Just look punctuation mark. I will be capital, so I am underlining it. I am James, J capital, E-A-N-N-E, apostrophe S, James' sister, full stop. The next word will be, letter will be capital. What are the things? What are the things you like to do? You like to do. Then question mark, because it is the question here. Underline this. Now next sentence, B part. I will be capital. I like reading. Then it is a list of series of the same construction, so they will be separated by a comma. I like reading, comma, playing, and. Now since and is used here, so we will not use comma here. And tracking deer, with my sister, full stop. Now next letter, I will be capital. After, if we start a new sentence after capital full stop, that letter is capital letter. I cannot hear, but again I is capital. I can play the piano, comma, dance and march in a line. And march in a line. Full stop. These are the punctuation marks which you have to use in these two sentences. After that, the last exercise, that is your homework. Page number 142, write well exercise. What you have to do in this, write and draw and write about your favorite person. No need to draw the picture. Just write, give the heading, write about your favorite person, and these are the clues given how you can make sentences. First one is given, who is your favorite person? Like you can write, my favorite person is my grandfather. Then second point will be, what does this person look like? How he looks? He is tall and has a thick mustache. Then third one, what work does he or she do? What they do? What is their job? That is, he is a kind-hearted, loving and caring person. If he is retired, so you will not write retired. You just say, he is a kind-hearted, loving and caring person. Then fourth one, what does he or she enjoy doing? You can write, he enjoys walking in the morning and evening. What makes this person special? He loves to play with me and my pet dog Puffy. And then last one, how do you feel about this person? Like you can write, he is special to me because he always listens to me and loves me a lot. So in this way you can write, make sentences about your favorite person. This portion, this last question, write about your favorite person. The clues are given here, questions are given. Using these hints, you can frame few lines about your favorite person. This is your homework. So student, in today's class, we have discussed and solved the remaining exercises of this chapter number 12, My Special Sister. I hope you all have noted down all these answers in the book. Now in homework, you have to complete all the exercises in book and copy as well, and complete the last exercise, that is write well in your copy. That is your homework. Write about your favorite person. So this was about today's class. I hope you all have understood today's topic. Complete all your homework and we will meet again in next class where we will discuss another topic of your English book. Till then, complete homework and bye. Take care.